there's a lot to love about Glenn Beck. I mean, he looks like if Chris Gaines, the if the Chris Gaines character did a Christmas movie, or he played Santa or something. He looks a little bit like a celebrity chef who didn't realize he was allergic to shellfish. And I appreciate, I think a lot of you have, appreciate him moving into a new studio that really fits his personality. A tin, I think that's a goat. The word sport, which is, I think, the nickname he has for his penis. An old 1970s Fisher-Price Coleman. I'm fairly certain that's a cooler. It's a little round cooler. It's supposed to fit in something, like fits in a bucket, and a little wagon wheel, and then some old skis that were never used to replace the old boxing gloves he had in the background that were never used, and then a Coca-Cola sign, and then, of course, American flag made out of pennies or something. But apparently, Glenn Beck apologized and then wanted to take his apology back.
Was on Tucker Carlson on the same network that I...
Really? Grindr has a network now? Why were you on? I always assumed that he would be on you.
I initially said that Barack Obama is a racist. No, not a racist. He just has a deep-seated hatred for white people and the white culture, it seems.
You do realize he's half white. His mother's white, because she raised him.
So when I said that, oh my gosh! You remember Katie Couric? That was quite a moment, wasn't it, Stu? That lying SOB. Anyway,
the anger
actually,
is high.
DOB.
Today.
She's a DOB. You know what it is?
It might be that he doesn't have another emotion, Stu.
I'm sick and tired of the Marxist lies.
Oh, it's terrible. The Marxist ones are the worst.
I'm sick and tired. We have enough evidence now. We have enough evidence.
Fantastic. Show it.
I didn't know what was causing his racism. And
yeah, well, obviously, probably the other half of his parentage.
I didn't say that with glee. I didn't say that. I was thinking out loud, and I didn't know Marxist terminology.
Well, now you do.
And I'm not going to take it anymore. And
well, it's I don't expect you to, Glenn. No one expects you to take it anymore. I mean, it's a rough time.
Neither are people.
No.
I'm going to show you in the third hour today some people who are standing up at school boards, teachers that are starting to quit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, America, for standing up for what you know to be true. And this is going to be a real problem for Barack Obama because he's trying to soft pedal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Critical race theory. And
I think he's actually talking about diversity training and equity as a thought process. But I know you need to make that critical race theory when it is not. A lot of what Glenn Beck thinks is critical race theory is actually just regular diversity training. But we'll see. I mean, no one can quite figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
It seemed like, oh, you're just some crazy nut job if you don't buy into critical race theory like that.
No one's actually saying that.
That's a problem. Yeah, I think it is. I think when you turn Martin Luther King on his head, I think that is probably a big deal, especially for you, Barack Obama, who had a bust of him on your desk for so long. That's weird. Anyway, Tucker Carlson said something shocking to me yesterday. At least it shows the times that...
Was his wife there, or was it the other lady?
We live in now. He said, you're going to get a lot of heat for saying this. And I said, yeah, I know. And he said, but you're only going to get heat because you're right.
Yeah, but that's what Tucker needs. That's his emotional support thought. He carries it around like a whoopee. People are mad at me not because I talk like a shitheel. It's because I'm right. That's what it is. It has to be that. It can't be that I'm a bigoted asshole. It's that I'm right. That's why they're upset.
So what was...
Anyways, what were you saying?
Right about? Barack Obama, two things, is a racist. He is a
That's awkward. Is which half of him is racist?
racist.
Okay, all right. Which kind of racist?
And I say that
Because you need to say that?
full-throated, not a problem saying it. He is a racist and does have a deep-seated hatred for the white culture.
Does that include his mom and his grandparents, or
Possibly white people as well. But how could you for the white culture?
what white culture is this? The white culture? Is there the? Do we guys? Congratulations! There is now a distinctive white culture. Apparently, it's like it's a cross between clips from the Magnolia HGTV show that ended up on the editing room floor and whatever rando wall art memorabilia you can find at truck stops while you're driving across the country and stapled to your wall.
Possibly white people as well.
Well, sure. I mean, how could you hate one and not the other? I mean,
But how could you not if you believe in critical race theory? Critical race theory says that you are, if you're white, you're a parasite. You're unforgivable. You live in a
yeah, which is why he doesn't subscribe to critical race theory.
original sin and can never change. That you are responsible for all of the world's ills on race.
Well, I'm not, but you are, Glenn. I mean,
Racism, and you're the only one that can be a racist. I'm sorry, but I'm going to call a spade on that one.
nice word choice. You almost had it. Yeah, you almost. There you go, Glenn. Yeah. That's that. Can you? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to call a spade on that one.
Seriously.
Yeah. You, sir, are a racist if you believe that. And I don't care what color you are.
Well, it kind of would matter. I mean, obviously, you'd be, if you're of a white person believed in what you describe as critical race theory. I'm not a proponent of it. I don't believe it. But if they were, they would be, I guess, self-hating. Is that the idea?
I would say this if Richard Spencer was saying that.
Yeah, but Richard Spencer is a white nationalist.
Even Richard Spencer doesn't say that.
No, he's a segregationist.
David Duke doesn't say that, but Barack Obama does. Now, here's the thing, the other thing. You've heard me rant on Barack Obama yesterday on this particular topic.
No, I didn't, because we don't watch the show regularly, Glenn. I grab occasional clips if something stands out, but honest to God, I can't imagine anyone listening to the sound of your voice for that long. It's amazing.
I want you to know that he has recently come out and said that he is Joe Biden is finishing the job that he started. He said that because in his own words, about 90% of the people around Joe Biden are my people. So this is a second term.
So the critical race theorist who hates white people is comfortable with white people finishing his work for him because he trusts them to do the what?
For Barack Obama.
Third term.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, third term. Sorry. Third term for Barack Obama. And all of the people around Joe Biden are the Marxist lovers that he had in the first time.
Oh, I didn't realize they were lovers.
And they are finishing the fundamental transformation of America.
What would that be? Oh, back to democracy, right?
But what's really
away from being a republic owned and controlled by Republican senators.
funny is
it is funny.
He had to use a white guy to do it. He didn't have the courage to do it. Actually, I think he probably did have the courage to do it. I think Hillary Clinton.
You know what? I increasingly, as I listen to this, I have to say that I feel bad for Obama because it must be tough to hear the words of Glenn Beck cut him to the quick so much.
Sat on him so hard because remember, it was all of Hillary Clinton's people around him last time, and he just couldn't find his way out from.
So if all of Hillary Clinton's people were around Obama, then it's Hillary Clinton's people that are around Biden now. What? I thought Obama, what?
Under their thumb. And Hillary Clinton had him boxed in. That's why people didn't like him, the Marxists. They didn't like him the second term. There wasn't big crowds. Nobody had Barack Obama fever anymore. He kind of became this worthless kind of president in the second term, according to Marxist. And according
to Marxists. Yeah, that's weird. It would be weird that the Marxists somehow just didn't have Barack Obama fever. It would be almost as if they never did, and you're making this entire Marxist fantasy up in your fucking head. What?
According to the people on the left, because he had sold out. He had sold out for money. He had sold out to Hillary Clinton. He was a lapdog for Hillary Clinton.
So if he was a lapdog for Hillary Clinton, then basically this is the third term for Hillary Clinton then.
And he didn't have the courage at the time. He thought he was being strategic by not saying he was a Marxist and calling other people racist. But it's all coming undone. In their arrogance, it is all coming undone.
By the way, I would love to see a clip of what the fuck he's talking about.
And now, when it counts, when little kids are like, I'm a Marxist, who is a racist? When everyone is saying they're a Marxist.
Now, everyone is not saying they're a Marxist.
This guy who clearly is a Marxist, he's going to say, Glenn Beck is a racist for saying that. Oh, how dare Glenn Beck say it? Really?
Is that what he said?
Because I guess you wear it as a badge of honor now as being a Marxist. That's what everybody cool is now saying. I'm a Marxist.
Are they? Is that what we're saying? Is that what the cool kids are all doing? Are they all what?
But Barack Obama doesn't have the courage to do it.
Maybe it's because he's actually not. Maybe you're trying to brand him with a word that you know is a no-no for your crowd and gives you an aha moment, but he's not taking the bait because it makes no sense.
It's interesting to me.
You're not.
How this guy comes off as, such a leader and so courageous, and yet he can't even admit something that he deeply believes.
Well, then the assumption is that he deeply believes that. How do you say everything or act in a way that supposedly is your deep belief in every way, but apparently not do any of it, upset all the people who do deeply believe it, and then still not say it, and yet according to Glenn Beck, you are it?
When everybody else is admitting.
Yeah, he might be paid for saying the word Marxist, but the Heritage Foundation found this might be a prank or a test. On the real channel, there's probably a little counter for every time he says Marxist.
I mean, I understand maybe back in 2010, I kind of get it. You would have been alone, and it was a bad word. But now, that's the most popular thing you could say.
Not really. No. I mean, you do realize Joe Biden got elected, right? The people who are leaning, the Bernie bros, it was nonstop attacks.
That's interesting. When you said that, it brought to mind another example of this exact phenomenon playing out the exact same way.
Weird. I'm sure that this lines up perfectly.
Which is Barack Obama got on stage and wouldn't admit that he was for gay marriage, and he said it over and over again, man.
Yeah, because he was being told by his handlers that if he came out and admitted he was for it, he wouldn't get elected, and somebody who's against it would get elected. And so they had to temper their message to get elected on a national ticket in a way that you don't have to if you're in a regional area where everybody's onto it.
Man, it's a man and a woman, and it wasn't until Joe Biden, who apparently is the brave one in this group.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be rough for that. What a weird day. Maria Bartiromo says, China's greatest nightmare is a Biden executive order, and now they just called him brave on Glenn Beck's show.
Group came out and said, "Hey, no, this is Barack is going to be for gay marriage."
That's right.
He was the one who broke that news.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Even Joe Biden beat him at that. I think, yes, it is a proven fact now that he is endorsing critical race theory. It is a proven fact that he is indeed a racist, because you cannot believe that crap without being a racist yourself. But it is also, I think, a proven fact that the guy is a massive coward. And,
Unlike Glenn Beck, who's always been the bravest among us. Literally, can you imagine being this obsessed over what you want Barack Obama to believe, and that a mixed race man who is the first black president of the United States, but also is half white, has to be Hitler-level racist for any of the bullshit you've been saying about him for years to make sense? That's his issue here, is that everything that he's been decrying about Obama can't be true unless that's true, because there has to be some sort of egregious, completely off the charts version of reality that has to be true for any of this other stuff to make any sense. And dang it, Obama's refusal to admit this.
Racist is bad enough, but a coward racist?
Yeah, Glenn likes his racists brave. That's why he likes Richard Spencer.
Holy cow, those are the kinds that hide under hoods. They don't have...
Yeah, oh my God. So Obama's a Klan member now, and that's...
They don't have the wherewithal to say who they are.
Yeah, these cowards.
And, wow, I think that should be a point of discussion with a lot of people. I think...
Yeah, it won't be. I don't want to bum you out, Glenn, but it's not going to be.
I think people should start shaming him for being such a coward, selling out to Hillary Clinton, being told what to do by Hillary Clinton. And now, apparently, the same people that Hillary put in to run Obama's presidency are running Biden's presidency. So you got Hillary in office now. Everybody is admitting it. He still is too cowardly to say that he's a Marxist. Amazing.
It could be that he isn't.
Amazing, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing that he isn't. He won't admit to the pejorative that I'm laying on him, that actually is materially untrue. What a coward.
Anyway,
what was this show about?
How are you, Stu?
Jesus.
I'm interested in where you're going with this.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and the rest of the staff is like, we're weirded out by it. It seems like you've got a screw loose.
You seem to be.
Well, I don't
know if it's goading the president.
Yeah, it's almost like a desperate plea to be noticed by someone.
Who seem to be antagonizing him, the former president?
No.
Not at all.
I just would... Look,
hey.
All know now. We all know.
We do.
We all
know that I was ready to plague and...
No, you're a Marxist. Critical race theory is a Marxist theory. All of the people that you have put into office, all of the people who you've surrounded yourself with, also believe in critical race theory.
No, they don't.
There is no science behind critical race theory.
Yeah, that's why that's not what we're talking about. That's not what diversity training and teaching people not to be racist in the workplace is very different than these weird little groups that you have in university classes where they're like, if you think you have privilege, take one step forward. Some sort of Vox experiment is not this is not the policy. This is not what we're saying, that these folks were denied loans for a long time. Maybe we should give them loans. That's not critical race theory.
It is a Marxist legal term.
Good Lord.
That's what it is.
It's a Marxist legal term.
Created by Marxists.
Excellent.
In Harvard, they were the ones that really pushed.
Oh, the Harvard coward Marxist racists are the worst.
And it is nothing but a Marxist tool. That's it. So if you're
for Marxism,
for that, you're a Marxist. If you're saying that everything that Martin Luther King said was wrong, then you are a racist.
I don't know that anyone is saying. Is there a quote where Obama is saying that everything Martin Luther King Jr. said was wrong? I'm gonna guess, considering how he speaks, that's not something that would come up.
I believe in the content of character, not a color of skin. But we can never get to the content of character because Barack Obama doesn't have any. He's an empty shell. He was a puppet. He is.
Well, then how can it be a third term for Biden and him finishing his thing if that was just Hillary's people that were in there? I mean, obviously this is Glenn Beck's desperate cry for attention, wanting to matter on the level that Barack Obama does. It's kind of obvious. Like, he really does think, and it actually did work, by the way. This showed up, the clip, this phrase where he did this in the piece where he's on Tucker Carlson was all over Twitter. Like, people were mocking him about it, but it gave him some attention he's not otherwise getting. The ratings on Glenn Beck's show are falling off. I mean, it's easy for me to poke fun at these folks because my show's just on the rise. It's brand new, so everything's good. It's like I'm the Schaumburg, Illinois of the internet. At one time, the fastest growing city in America, simply because there were only 4 people there and 4 more people moved in. 100% growth, right? It's so much easier, right, when you're just starting out in that regard. This asshole has been on some form of media and has had to blaze his own network for years. And all they have managed to do is try 3 different studio looks in the last 2 months and grasp at straws in an attempt to get noticed for saying something out loud. It's shock jock bullshit. This is the same thing as, that he would do on Y95 or whatever the channel he used to be on, to just, he said something naughty again, and get a little bit of ratings bump out of it. Just gross.
He's whatever he has to be at the moment. That's not a man.
Honest to God. Glenn, you look like a pincushion. And you're saying Barack Obama ain't a man. You supported the presidency of a man with 3 wives, children spread across all of them, who he believes it's not his place to help raise them. But Barack Obama's not a man, according to you. He was president of the United States, first black president of the United States. Extraordinary feat by any person. Motivated millions of people. Created the most fundamental change in our healthcare system for the good since Medicare and Medicaid. That's always going to be there. But, I know, Space Force. Just grotesque.